New Commissioner of Police in Anambra State, Ikioye Orutugu, on Monday visited the scene of crime to condole with the family of 3 siblings that were killed and kept inside the fridge at Nnewichi in Nnewi area of Anambra State while their mother was away for work at Ihiala. This as the state governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, with the deputy governor, Gilbert Onyekachukwu Ibezim, being the operational commander, always leading mostly indigenous team of special security operatives known as Agunechemba to invade and arrest Babalawos, or spiritual native doctors, under the practice of Okite, a claimed spiritual practice of printing banknotes, which investigations have since unraveled to be false, most especially as wrongly propagated by Nigerian movie industry, Nollywood, which human beings are seen in some of their movies to be vomiting banknotes as a sign of money ritual, although investigations have shown that there is no spiritual or ritual process that print banknotes, but what criminally minded Babalawos or spiritual native doctors do is to prepare a charm known often in Igboland as Okite to enable the applicants, including traders with legitimate businesses, to be able to start committing more crimes like internet frauds or Yahoo, selling fake products, cheating customers, kidnapping, armed robbery, among other numerous inhuma crimes that met the applicants to get rich quickly. The new police boss in the state said they would do everything to arrest the suspects behind the killing of the 3 siblings, which the mother said they were kept and folded inside the fridge, with the blood-filled fridge said not to be functioning because of electrical power failure in the area as at the time of the crime till it was discovered. The 3 siblings, that included a boy aged 5 and 2 girls aged 7 and 9 respectively, were reportedly murdered and stored inside a deep freezer at a residence in Nnewichi, Nnewi, Anambra State, by yet to be identified assailants. The deceased children, identified as Chikaima, 9, Chimziterem, 7, and Chimdilim, 5, were allegedly attacked by unknown assailants while their mother, Mrs. Chikazo Ijezi, a lecturer and nurse, was away for an examination inspection at Ihiala. Anambra State Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, had shortly after the news of the gruesome criminal act broke out visited the scene of the crime, interacted with the bereaved parents and members of the public living close to the scene of the crime, assured the public that the government would leave no stone unturned in ensuring justice for the victims. The new Anambra State Police boss, Ikioye Orutugu, in a maiden press statement after the condolence visit and on-the-spot assessment of the scene of crime, stated in quotes below, "It is my pleasure to address you today, the 10th of February 2025, as the 35th Commissioner of Police, Anambra State. In keeping with the vision to stabilize the security architecture in the state, I am on a mission to fully reclaim the public space across the state as well as maintain law and order. I intend to address the attitude of the people on ideology based on crime bordering on attack on unsuspecting members of the public, security personnel, abduction of persons and destruction of government infrastructures and other sundry offenses. We are here today on a spot assessment of the unfortunate incident of the murder of 3 siblings and kept in the fridge here in Nnewi. I am also here to console the family, relatives of the victims, and to reiterate the commitment of the Anambra State Police Command over this unwholesome crime, unlike other similar incidents recorded in the state which bordered on kidnapping of individuals and sudden disappearance of persons. We shall unravel the circumstances surrounding such and ensure that the suspects are arrested and justice served." Undoubtedly, the command has been bold in confronting these challenges and indeed recorded several successes lately in curbing some of these crimes. I have been briefed on how the Anambra and the state government, through the launch of Operation Udogachi _ have risen to collectively and join voices in condemning any act that threatens our national peace, and has resolved to work together and discuss those issues that tear us apart, not minding our differences. To support this move, the command under my watch shall take every professional step in crime prevention to enhance crime-fighting strategies through strategic deployment of our intelligence assets and robust synergy with sister security agencies, organized vigilante groups and other stakeholders. Anambra State is blessed with vibrant, energetic and enterprising people full of potentials. These potentials can only be fully realized in a peaceful, secure environment. There is no doubt also that as members of the fourth estate of the realm, you are a critical partner in the peace and security architecture of the state. Your primary role in communicating effectively and transparently to the general public, major incidents in the state confers on you the position of stakeholders. I therefore count on your valuable support, devoid of sentiments, by reporting security-related incidents in the most professional and objective manner. I urge the good people of Anambra State to remain law-abiding, vigilant and to continue to partner and support the police and other security agencies towards combating all forms of criminality as well as ensuring public security and safety in the state. For those who have been misled to take to crime, you are one to retrace your steps as the command is poised to deal squarely with all acts of criminality without regard for status. A state in time, they say, saves 9. Thank you for your rapt attention and may God bless us all, said CP Ikioye Orutugu. We had reported that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB lawyer, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor has called out Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo over the arrest and detention of a well-known native doctor always on social media, Chidozia Nwangu aka Akwa Okukotiwara Aki, accusing the governor of violating the rights to religious practice of the suspect as guaranteed by Nigeria Constitution. This, as Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo goes harder on Babalawos, which are spiritual native doctors foiling insecurity in the state, most especially those under the religious practice of Okite or Ezewani that are widely believed to be responsible for the encouragement of people into kidnapping, organs harvesting, money rituals, specifically rampant cases of stolen babies and boyfriends killing girlfriends for money ritual purposes, with investigation indicating that some dangerous crimes in Anambra are committed by teenagers, minors or underage children often misled and manipulated into the inhuman crimes by elderly ones, forcing the Anambra State government to enact a new law that is tagged Homeland Security Law 2025 that came into effect on January 17, 2025, which banned anyone from advertising or showcasing on social media or any public place his or her supernatural powers to make people rich without any lawful means of legitimate business, forbids any spiritual native doctor from using their powers to perfect magical bulletproof for people to commit crime in the state, and strictly stipulated 25 years imprisonment with no option of fine for any spiritual native doctor that requires human parts or blood to administer charms or protection to anybody in the state.
You're from where?
I'm from Anambra State.
Where in Anambra?
Nnewi, but married to Uga.
Okay. So what happened?
On that fateful Saturday, like I usually used to do, if I'm going out, I usually tell them what to do and they adhere to it. And I will tell them I will be going out and I won't be coming on time. So I will cook for them for afternoon food. Maybe before leaving, I will prepare morning food and make sure that they eat before going out. So I prepared the afternoon food and told them when to eat, that they should eat by 1, and normally they do their normal house chores and all that. So I reminded them before leaving to Ihiala for exam. So coming back, the whole house was open. I didn't see them, and normally on Saturdays they usually go for baptism and altar boys practice in St. Luke's chaplaincy here at Nollywood. So, and when they are going, they will lock the door for me and then keep the key where we usually keep the key and then go. But coming back in the evening, I met the whole door open. The door was open, the net, outside net was also open. So I looked for them, they were not around. I said, is it play that they went to play, or they've gone to church without locking everywhere, unlike them? So I went to the kitchen. They didn't eat in the afternoon. I said, to the extent of not eating, is it play that they played away or that made them not to eat? Though I called the father, who is not staying with us, he stays in Edo State. I called him and told him that look at what I'm seeing. These children are not around. As I came back now, they are not around, and the whole place was open. So later I met my neighbors too. I asked them of my kids. Did they see them today?
Neighbors in the compound?
Yes, in the compound. So one of them told me that the last he saw them was when he came and bought ice cream. Though he called me, he is a medical student that just graduated, that their result was just released on Friday. So he came in celebration, to celebrate with me and my kids. He bought ice cream and cake. And so he called me. He met my absence when he came. So he called me to know if the children are going to lick the ice cream, since maybe if I come back, it would have defrosted. So I told him they can go ahead, and then maybe when I come, I will see them and we'll eat the cake together and celebrate with him. So I asked him, did you see my kids? I said no, that it was that time he saw them last. That he doesn't know where they are and all that. That some kids came here looking for them. Those children that they usually go for catechism with came looking for them, but he told them that they are not around. Or I think he said he checked and they were not around, and probably they've gone without them. So the children left for catechism. So I said, okay, let me go to where they are doing catechism and look for them, because it's already evening, and the condition I met my house, I was not happy with them, the children. Even when I called my husband to tell him, look at, he said if they come back I should make sure I flog them very well. So I came to Nnewichi, looked for them. They were already packing and arranging chairs. So I was looking, maybe they are among the people that are packing the chairs. I didn't see them. I went around, I didn't see them. I went to St. Jude Parish, that is close. Maybe they went there. Well, they have no reason for going there Saturday. They are always here on Saturday evening. So I went to St. Jude, I didn't see them. Went to the neighbors around, I didn't see them. I asked of them, I didn't see them. So my neighbors too started searching with me. So my husband, when I called him, he kept calling, have I seen them, have I seen them? When I called him again, he told me that I should go and look for a place I can make an announcement that these children are missing. Either I go and meet the cactus, or I meet with the Reverend Father, or if possible police. But it's already getting dark, almost to 7 by that time. I said, since the church will be close to me, let me go and see the Reverend Father or the cactus. When I came here, I met Father Chukwuma came. So I was explaining to him that since I came back, I've not seen my kids. So I explained everything to him. I was even crying. He was like, no, let's go to the neighborhood and check, and maybe check again. So he followed me. As we were coming, my neighbor that went to check at the neighborhood also called and said that he didn't see them where he went to. I said, okay, I've exhausted the whole place, I can look for them, that maybe he should enter into my house and check. Maybe, because when I came, I saw that their slippers was there, and the sandals too that they would have worn to
wherever
were there. I was wondering. So I told him, go inside and look for them. Maybe I didn't search well, or just look. So him too, and then he went there, and the children were there, all like this, inside a small deep freezer, jam-packed inside. So he quickly ran out and wanted to call me. I don't know. I saw his call, though I was already coming with Reverend Father, and then I met him. He wanted to ask me if my children usually play rough play. I was about to ask him, did you see them? Did you see them? Where? So Reverend Father noticed what he was trying to tell me and told him to, and told him to go aside, and carried him aside and started asking me what the problem was. So what I say, Reverend Father had to rush into the house to see it by himself. And then they came out and started coming out of my house and going inside my house and coming. I was asking them what happened, what is the problem, and my kids there, I hope they are fine and all that. Nobody was telling me anything. My husband was still calling and calling and calling. So at the time he called and said I should give the phone to the doctor, that is the Chukwuma. So Chukwuma broke the news to him that he met them inside the fridge. Meanwhile, while we were looking for them, the shop beside my house there, a young girl was sitting there. I asked her, have you seen my kids today? She said that she saw them coming back from somewhere with 2 boys. That 2 young boys. When they came, they went into the house. Later, she saw my younger daughter going to go and buy something. So, but I asked her, is it biscuit she went to buy? She said she did not know. She did not really look at what she bought. And then she went inside, and that was the last time she saw them, that she didn't see them again that day. So that was what I met when I came back on Saturday evening. So I was devastated.
Did you notice any missing part of their body? Mutilation?
They didn't allow me to see them. They held me outside. They didn't allow. It was later that they just took me in there and opened the fridge, and I just met them in this form. They were already folded inside the fridge. So, but they didn't. I wanted to drag them out. They held me, so they didn't allow me to see them again until they took them to the mortuary.
Was there light?
There was no light throughout the day, because I asked if they brought light that day. There was no light throughout the day. So, and even when they took them away, the whole fridge was stained with blood. They said blood was coming out from their nose. So I don't know if they checked their private parts to know if it was a rape case or something. Yeah? We've been, thinking maybe the boys they came in with, told the younger one to go and buy something so that he will have time with my older daughter.
Older?
Then
how old?
She's going to be 10 by August this year. So maybe coming back to meet what was happening, in order to cover whatever he has done, he decided to kill all of them.
Anyway, we've never seen this kind of thing. That's the truth, and we don't pray to see it again. But I just want to assure you that as long as the government of Anambra State is concerned, that they will make sure the police do anything possible to see if we can get to the root of this, the people that did this horrible thing. Okay, so just be rest assured that the prayers of Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo and the wife are with you, and anywhere we can come, be of help. This administration is ready to do that, to make sure that we get justice for these kids. And we pray that God gives you the courage, the fortitude to bear this loss. It's only God that can do it. No human being. Sorry. We can say that as human beings. But God can only do this magic. And that's what we're asking. That God should do this magic for you and your husband and all the family members. Okay? Don't worry. God has a way of doing his things. Yes. Yes.
Because of civil service job or whatever, we are separated by distance. I'm working with Area Specialty Teaching Hospital, while she's working with Nanda Ikioye University Teaching Hospital, both as nurses, registered nurses. So it was on the 1st of February, as usual. Since my children are, and by the grace of God, the ABS people that came yesterday was surprised to see that this compound is well secured with gate. But because we have 2 responsible medical students, from our own judgment, the gate cannot be locked. Somebody can come in and go out. But we are rest assured that our children is safe hand because the compound is secured. So, as usual, she came back, because I will keep on calling. And she came back around 4 p.m. expecting to see her children. So, unfortunately, something unusual happened, that the doors were opened, unlike before, slippers outside. The one that pains me more is that the children did not even eat their afternoon food around 4 p.m. Then something is wrong. She's a nurse tutor, so she went for exam on that day at Ihiala, OSCE exam. Then, maybe because of the activity of the exam, she didn't have time to eat. So what she did first was to settle down and settle herself by eating. She rushed out, just like she said. I don't want to repeat everything. But then someone may ask, is there anybody we are quarreling with?
Yes.
To me, in human social relationship, there is bound to be frictions. I can't say that there is any active quarreling or disharmony, but whatever that happened in the past was resolved at least a year plus now. So I can't say that we are quarreling with A or B. And even if we are quarreling with anybody, is it to revenge with children?
No.
Innocent children. I don't want to talk much on that, but I want to bring to notice the personality of the children they killed. They actually touched God's own pupil. Yes. My first daughter is a first-class pupil, first-class brain. If you ask of her in Edo State, Mother of Nation group of schools, they know her. If you take first from her, then you are looking for her trouble. Here at Nnewi, anytime they close from school, my house is a lesson center because of Chikaima. It's just a Chikaima Deviana. Any mass, anybody cannot solve. My daughter will solve it. 10 years old. What they call her in her school is Krikri Star at Smart Brain. Chikaima, as a gifted child, at 4 years old, corrected me, her father, when we were still living at Edo State, Erua precisely. I went to brush my teeth at Sink Kitchen. My daughter told me, Daddy, leave here, go to toilet sink. She put sense into me. She's very, very intelligent. My second daughter, Ejeze Chiziterem Dominica, I call her double faculty. She is intelligent, double with wisdom. My first daughter, I don't know where she's getting that wisdom. Even as her father, I cannot carry her on my lap. Once I carry her, she would greet me, Daddy, good afternoon. She will jump down immediately. I noticed that she has started having that consciousness that she's a girl. My daughter, the last time I came to visit them, my wife gave me takeaway food. And there was a kind of dialogue. Am I going to use plastic spoon or iron spoon? Finally, my wife suggested I should use plastic spoon in case it gets lost. My daughter asked, my 8-year-old daughter asked, how can Daddy use plastic spoon? Immediately, I dropped that plastic spoon and collected iron spoon. If I talk of the last one is a potential evangelist. Because I was once a vocalist. At 4 years, my son, Ejeze Chimderem David, is a singer. If you hear him praising God, you will know that these people has actually tampered with God. I asked the state government for justice. I asked Mr. President.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.